Let's get into number one. Here's number one that I wish I could go back and change myself. Number one is a lot of us are buying too much house. I'm gonna be honest with you. A mistake that a lot of us get out. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna buy my dream home. Oh my God, I gotta prove for a loan. Listen, one of the biggest financial mistakes we can ever make, because I'm in this, is buying too much house. We've been told that owning a home is a cornerstone of financial success. But it's easy to get carried away with a big mortgage. Studies show that over 60% of homeowners, of African American, actually not African American, all Americans, United States of American people, homeowners who bought in the past decade regret spending as much as they did on their homes. Saying it.
And let me tell you why this is a common misconception about buying so much home. It's because the interest rates were so low and people thought that they were getting a deal, and the media and the government and everybody's like, now is the best time. But guess what? These homes were so expensive and people, they overextended themselves. And this is what you get. You get buyer's remorse.
Left them strapped and unable to save or invest. You see, when you buy too much house that you can afford comfortably, you're tied down by monthly payments that eat up a big chunk of your income. This is money that could be used going into your savings, eliminating debt, investments, or even other wealth building activities. Imagine you're spending an extra $500 each month on a bigger home over 30 years. That's $180,000 loss if it was invested, not to.
So think about this for a second. You're spending between $3,000-$4,000 on this nice $600,000-$700,000-$800,000 home, right? Looks really good, but you're broke, right? Your job doesn't pay you enough to have a lifestyle outside of what your home actually looks like. And I get it. Your home is your happy medium, but you can't afford to fix your car. You can't afford to travel. You can't afford the luxury things in life that life has to offer, other than having this big, expensive home that's way more home than you can actually probably even clean.
Mention the growth potential that the money had if it would have been invested. I remember when I was just came across my money. I had just paid off all my debt. I just put about, 6 months into my emergency fund, and I just stacked, some money up to put down towards a down home. I was living in Brentwood, Tennessee at the time, and I was in a one-bedroom apartment in a beautiful apartment complex. Rent was $15.85 for. Was it 1585? Yeah, it was 15. Yeah, it's 1585 for this one bedroom. It was about 1,100 square feet. There's one bedroom with an office apartment in Brentwood, Tennessee. And I said, all right, man. So I'm out of debt. You know what I'm saying? I got fully funded emergency fund. I'm making well over six figures. I got my car paid off. I got all this stuff. Man, I'm about to go get me a house. So I said, man, I'm gonna go do this thing. At the time, to be honest with you all, I was in a relationship, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna buy her this house. I'm gonna build her a house. And it was just me and her.
I can start to see, if you look in on his eyes, zoom in on your camera, you start to see the regret. You start to see the regret that this man is having, because he was making well over six figures and he was in a position to build his house. He's fairly young. That poses another issue as well. And I'm getting out of debt. No, you're about to put yourself deep into debt, because if your house isn't making money for you, if you're not renting it out and pulling in some additional money for profits, it is a liability. You are going back into debt, deep debt.
And I was like, I'm gonna build. So I drove all the way out to the country and I built this 4,000 square foot home. My rent, my mortgage on it was $1,400. It wasn't bad, but it was about 45 minutes outside of Nashville, outside of the main city. And it's just me. A four bedroom with the office on an acre land. or I'll say about a quarter. I mean, I'll say acre. I say a little under an acre land.
Now, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with this idea. It's $1,400. Seems roughly affordable, considering the size of the house and considering an acre land. Now, if this is going to be your forever home or an investment property, by all means, purchase this house, live in it forever, pay off the mortgage, be prepared to only pay for property taxes, or get this house paid down, rent it out, and start making money. I see so many people making this mistake. And this is literally just to, just to bring awareness to people that you do not have to. You are not going to be the man or the woman because you have such a big house and broke pockets and credit card debt. That's just not going to be you.
I got this big old house. Watch this. The payment wasn't bad because the payment was honestly right around what I was paying for rent. But I had way too much house, that I could have built something a little bit smaller, or I could have moved into a townhome and my mortgage payment would have been much cheaper. And I'll never forget, I'm walking around this house, my electricity bill is high, my utility bill is high. I'm like, man, what would I do? My very first investment into real estate was way too much house. It was just me. Why do I need 4 bedrooms?
This happens. It happened to me. It's clearly happened to my man right here. It's probably happening to you. It is not too late. Hop on Zillow, start finding something that's more manageable, something that's not so much of a big house, because those utility bills, right? They eat up your money, right? You've got, your electricity, you've got your water bill, you've got possibly HOAs, you've got your insurance, you've got your house cleaning, you've got a lot of bills going on. And where people need to be is financially stable, financial health management. Start managing your money to work for you. You want to be 60, 70 years old, having a house note or having the money that you wish that you had because you dumped it all into this project? No. You want to be financially sound. You want to have money that is going to be able to stretch into vacation, stretch into, generational wealth, not check to check. That's the wrong position that you want to put yourself in. Instead, find something reasonable. You're young, you've got a good job. Put that money off to the side, start investing it. And if you don't know how to invest properly, start putting that money into mutual funds, because you can just see the regret on this man's face. And I've been there, done that, course corrected, in a much better position now.